It's week 2 of the National Football League. And this one features the Saints' electric quarterback. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball, 4 touchdown throws. It's the Saints and the Bucs. All that and more coming up next.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player,
the first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Fields it right around the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be brought out by a player who was undrafted back in 2015 out of Old Dominion. Last season, his first as a starter. It's Taylor Heineke.
and he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in week 1. With 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
On 2nd and 7, Heineke. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. The Bucs and Saints expected to possibly be the 2 to slug it out for the NFC South title in 2022. The Saints have had the Bucs number pretty much since the arrival of Tom Brady, at least in the regular season. They're 4-0 against Tampa Bay the last 2 seasons in the regular season. But remember, when Tampa won the Super Bowl, they did defeat New Orleans en route to that title. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. A give to Williams, running right. He'll get this down to the 38. And here are the key inactives for them in this one. And obviously, Charles, are going to be without some important names this week.
Well, hopefully those guys will be on the sidelines encouraging the guys who are going out there and helping them when they come off the sidelines during the game by giving them some tips on what they see and what they've experienced. That's true teamwork. And if you want to get to the playoffs, if you want to have a big push, you have to have that on your squad.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Touchdown! David Bell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. Leading them out, the second-year man from Alabama, Mac Jones.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
Let's go, Sarah, let's go.
Throwing Jones. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Jones. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Jones. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Kevin King with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
That's complete to Bell over the middle.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Williams again.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jamal Williams.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. So another touchdown for him on the year now, Charles. He had 2 in the opener last week and hits pay dirt for a 3rd time here.
And with good health, he's got a really good chance to be up there among the leaders in touchdowns scored when this season comes to an end. Quick question, partner. Is it bad luck to toast him with a sports drink?
Not at all, partner. I think that's a fantastic idea. Cheers.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was Jamal Williams who ended things with a touchdown run.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. back to throw. Jones. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Carlos Dunlap. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Heineke on 1st down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Bucs are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Draw play, ETN. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Jones to throw on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Cortland Sutton, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Buccaneers have got it back to within a score. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Heineke. And complete to Drake London. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
As we watch London get that 1st down, it seems almost unfair about what he can do on a field. Here's a guy who's 6'4", loves to play over the rim and dunk on defenders, and can work out of the slot as well as outside the numbers. That's a big reason why he went 8th overall as the first receiver taken in a loaded class.
11 yards there, just like last play.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Heineke toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now we give up the middle to Williams, and he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Heineke's throw hauled in by Bell. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
To throw again on 2nd down,
Heineke.
and his throw is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
There's Charles Harris getting home for the sack. Heineke to throw for it on 4th down. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a 1st.
Now ETN to start the drive.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Looking to throw. Jones. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards.
And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Jamal Williams making his way back onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st.
And this is caught inside the 5. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 41 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kyle Juszczyk punching it go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Now Jones throwing to start the drive. Green brings it in. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Back to throw again. Screenplay. Here's he. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Here's Heineke. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Another try after the first down sack. Heineke. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going. Here's Heineke.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot.
He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, and he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. but there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On second and very short,
Heineke.
he's looking deep for Bell.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Third and short yardage, Heineke.
He's going to try and go deep again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Very limited time left to get into field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it all on one throw right there.
Go get him now. Let's go. This is your game, baby. Let's ride, dog.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We begin in the NFC. Carolina making the trip north to take on the New York Giants. And just a field goal separating the two sides. 10-7 is the score. Aaron Rodgers, a touchdown pass there. From there, let's get down to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. A couple of touchdown passes there for Joe Burrow. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. Amon-Ra St. Brown, a touchdown reception. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half. Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Well, the Bucs ready to go here to begin the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From just shy of midfield, Jones.
And that That's complete to ETN out of the backfield.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Jones. Sutton reeling it in on the left side.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
ETN once more. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Straight ahead, ETN.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
ETN up the middle.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
So here are the Saints to take over. They've got the lead right now, and last week they were able to defeat the Atlanta Falcons here as they try to make it 2 victories in a row.
First down, Heineke.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
A 2nd down throw for Heineke.
He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
On 1st and 10, Heineke. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted.
Isaiah Oliver with the INT.
And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
On 2nd down, a run with ETN.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that'll bring him back within 4.
Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Throwing again on second down. Heineke. This one complete to his running back, Jamal Williams. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They run again on first down. Cook. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. On second down, Cook. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll run it. Here's Cook.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Final minute now of the third quarter.
And they'll try to throw now. Heineke.
And that is incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They go back to the ground with Williams. And he's got room. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
Heineke.
Touchdown, Saints. Darren Waller, a 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Saints are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
They'll try and throw for it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Escaping the pressure right. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Jones. And that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Powers through him. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here we go with Williams. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
This pass is caught by London. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Now Heineke. That's complete. It's Bell. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A good pickup there. 26 yards. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the shotgun, it's Heineke. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
To the air again, Heineke. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. On 3rd down, Heineke. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Bucs are right back in this football game. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Off the play fake, Love. Bell brings it in across the formation. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Heineke. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. They give it to Williams, running right. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience.
Touchdown! T.J. Hawkinson from 6 yards away. And the Saints are on their way to a 2-0 start. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere, they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns them there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones over the middle, complete. It's Sutton. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. Throwing Jones. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Vinny Curry, the defensive end, got there off the edge. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones, open man here is Conklin.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
Extra point try now for Patterson.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The Love's throw brought in by Watson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw, as this play will stand as is.
First down, going to the air with Love.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Isaiah Oliver with the INT.
And the Buccaneers force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
To throw is Jones. Catch is made by Metcalf.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
Patterson now for the extra point.
And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the counter, it's Connor. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Got his man. It's London. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They run behind center with Connor. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. Well, Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side